Chapter 1. The Power Beyond Knowledge. Consider for a moment that everything you know about success and personal achievement may actually be holding you back. This is not an easy realization. We often clutch tightly to familiar concepts, ideas we've been told are the stepping stones to greatness. But what if these beliefs were designed not to free us, but to keep us contained within boundaries that serve a purpose other than our own? Think about the countless books, seminars, and guides on success, all promising transformation, yet so few people actually achieve the lives they desire. It's as if an invisible ceiling hovers just above, placing limits on our potential while promising endless possibilities. The reality is that true freedom and the ability to achieve everything you desire require a profound shift in understanding, a shift that begins by unraveling layers of societal conditioning, personal fears, and subconscious resistance. The power to realize your wildest ambitions has been within you all along, but the key lies in accessing knowledge that goes beyond what's been handed down to you in a neatly packaged formula. It requires a deep dive into realms that most people either ignore or dismiss. It is in this untapped reservoir that you will find the power to break through barriers you never knew were there. Think of knowledge as a layered structure. The surface is populated with the kind of information most people consume daily: simple, actionable advice, repeated slogans, motivational quotes, and mainstream ideas. This layer is accessible, straightforward, and easy to digest, which is why it's the most common. Yet, as you dig deeper, you reach levels of knowledge that are less palatable, more challenging to integrate, and often shrouded in ambiguity. This is where true power resides, but most never reach it because they settle for the easier-to-understand surface layers. Real transformation, however, begins at the core. It's not about more information, but about seeking the right kind of understanding, the kind that forces you to confront your deeply held assumptions, to unlearn before you can learn anew. This is the realm of banned knowledge, ideas and practices that run contrary to popular beliefs, those that many shy away from because they threaten to dismantle the comfortable structures upon which most people build their lives. You have to step beyond what you think you know, beyond the reassurance of conventional wisdom, to uncover the secrets of personal power and potential. Imagine your mind as a vast, complex structure with entire rooms left unexplored, darkened, and locked. For most, these rooms stay untouched, as if roped off by an invisible force. Every piece of conventional advice, every rule you've been taught, has placed more ropes and barriers in place, convincing you that you've already explored all that's necessary. Yet, within these unlit rooms lie the tools, perspectives, and understandings that could allow you to exceed what you previously believed possible. These rooms house the capacity to visualize beyond what's visible, to intuit outcomes before they happen, and to harness potential in ways you've never tried. But accessing this requires a willingness to venture into the unknown, to ask questions that may not have straightforward answers, and to let go of the familiar comfort of mainstream knowledge. Realizing your potential means shining a light into these rooms and facing whatever you find there, both the power and the challenges. The journey into these uncharted spaces of your mind requires not only courage, but also a relentless curiosity, an unquenchable thirst to see beyond the obvious and to embrace what others might consider obscure or even impossible. Now, pause and ask yourself, how often have you sought advice, guidance, or validation from outside sources? How many times have you thought that the answer to achieving what you want lies in a book, a seminar, or someone else's experience? This tendency to seek externally is one of the most pervasive and insidious limitations placed upon us. We're taught to believe that someone else knows better, that there's a universal formula that works for everyone. But the truth is, no one outside of you can chart your path to success. The ultimate knowledge lies within, awaiting your recognition. The external world can only reflect possibilities. It's up to you to turn these into realities. You possess within you a unique blueprint for success that no other person has, yet it remains obscured by layers of external expectations, societal norms, and internalized doubts. The journey to true self-mastery, to achieving all you desire, starts with silencing the noise of the outside world and tuning into your inner guidance. It's a process that requires you to unlearn as much as you learn, to sift through beliefs that don't serve you, and to replace them with truths that empower you. This process is not for the faint-hearted, as it demands a new level of responsibility. Taking ownership of your life means stepping into a reality where you can no longer rely on excuses, blame, or limitations that others have placed upon you. It means acknowledging that you, and only you, have the power to shape your destiny. When you truly embrace this, a seismic shift occurs. You begin to see the world not as a series of obstacles, but as a canvas upon which you can paint your desires, knowing that every brushstroke, every choice, every belief shapes your reality. The more you internalize this truth, the more empowered you become to make decisions from a place of confidence and purpose rather than fear or hesitation. You realize that your potential is boundless, limited only by the extent of your beliefs and the courage you summon to break free from those that do not serve you. This is the essence of tapping into the knowledge that has been hidden from you, the awareness that you are the creator, the architect of your reality, and the only one who can decide what limits, if any, you wish to place upon yourself. As you embark on this journey of discovery, remember that it is not about rejecting everything you've ever known. Rather, it's about discerning what serves your highest potential and what holds you back. There will be aspects of your current understanding that align with your goals, but there will also be many that need to be released. This requires a deep level of honesty with yourself, a willingness to confront the comfort zones you've created and the beliefs that have kept you safe but stagnant. Ask yourself, what am I holding on to that no longer serves me? What fears, doubts, or limiting beliefs have I accepted as truths? These are the questions that will unlock new doors within your mind, allowing you to explore the hidden territories where your true power resides. This journey into the unknown, into the power beyond conventional knowledge, is the path of personal evolution. It's about moving past surface-level understandings and diving into the depths of what's possible. Each step you take is a step away from the limitations others have imposed and a step closer to realizing your own unique potential. You may find yourself questioning why such knowledge, this understanding of personal power and limitless potential, isn't taught in schools, discussed in the workplace, or passed down as common wisdom. The answer lies in the very nature of society and its reliance on structure, predictability, and conformity. Systems, by their very design, thrive on individuals who follow the established path, who abide by the rules, and who seldom stray into territories that challenge the status quo. But greatness, true greatness, has always been born of those who dared to question, to explore beyond what was readily available. Consider the figures throughout history who defied conventions and shaped the world. They didn't rely on what was already known. They ventured into the unknown, discovering insights and truths that transformed their lives and, ultimately, the lives of others. This is the path you are called to follow, the path of those who realize that knowledge itself is not enough. It is the application of knowledge that transforms, and it is the courage to seek beyond the obvious that sets one apart. The journey into this power beyond knowledge is one that requires both inner and outer work, a dedication to not only understanding new concepts, but also implementing them consistently in your daily life. This is where many people falter. They consume information endlessly, yet never translate it into action. They get inspired, but inspiration fades without purposeful action. The secret, then, lies not in hoarding knowledge, but in living it. It's in the small daily choices that align with your highest aspirations, the decisions that reflect your deepest values, and the actions that embody the future you envision. This is where the real power lies, in turning knowledge into experience, into practice, into habit. As you move through this journey, you'll find that each layer of understanding builds upon the last, creating a foundation that supports your ultimate vision. This is the transformation that few are willing to undertake, yet it is available to anyone willing to move beyond the surface and dive into the depths of their potential. Are you ready to let go of what you think you know, to question deeply, and to seek the power beyond the knowledge you've been given? This journey requires courage, persistence, and an unwavering commitment to discovering what lies within you. As you step forward, know that each step will bring you closer to realizing the life you've always wanted, a life that's not bound by conventional limits, but rather defined by your own limitless potential. Chapter 2. Understanding the mind's hidden depths. Our minds are like vast, intricate landscapes, filled with uncharted terrains and hidden corners that we rarely explore. In the hustle of everyday life, it's easy to rely on automatic responses and ingrained habits, falling into patterns that require little conscious thought. Society, upbringing, and experience all conspire to mold our minds in a certain way, limiting our perspective and influencing our behavior. But beneath the surface, beyond the thoughts and behaviors that we know so well, there exists a whole realm of untapped potential, an unconscious layer that holds the keys to our true capabilities. To unlock this power, we must venture beyond the superficial and dive into the depths of the mind, a journey that requires curiosity, openness, and the willingness to confront aspects of ourselves that we might otherwise overlook. This exploration is not simply about gaining knowledge or developing new skills. It's about realizing that the boundaries of our reality are far more malleable than we have been led to believe. The mind, when fully understood, is more powerful than any external tool or strategy because it is the source from which all creation flows. To grasp this is to understand that every goal, every vision, and every achievement originates from within. Consider the countless thoughts that pass through your mind each day. Some are fleeting and forgotten as quickly as they came, while others linger, shaping our decisions and coloring our perception. The majority of these thoughts operate on a subconscious level, influenced by beliefs and experiences that we rarely question. Often, the most impactful beliefs are those we inherited without choice, from parents, teachers, society, and early experiences that left their mark on our perception. They become part of the foundation upon which we build our understanding of ourselves and the world around us, limiting our potential and constraining our possibilities without us even realizing it. For instance, a child who is told they are not creative may carry this belief into adulthood, never daring to explore their creative side because they believe it's not part of who they are. This belief, once lodged in the subconscious mind, becomes a silent ruler, guiding behavior and decisions with invisible strings. But what if, instead of accepting these beliefs as truths, we examined them closely, peeling back the layers of conditioning to reveal our authentic selves? This is the essence of exploring the hidden depths of the mind, learning to see beyond the limits we've unconsciously accepted and discovering the freedom to shape our own reality. Imagine if you could rewrite the subconscious beliefs that dictate your actions and decisions. What if you could replace old, limiting beliefs with empowering ones that propel you towards success and fulfillment? This is entirely possible, but it requires deliberate effort. The subconscious mind does not willingly yield to change, for it is rooted in familiarity and comfort, preferring the security of established patterns. However, with intention and persistence, these patterns can be shifted, opening the door to new ways of thinking, behaving, and achieving. The mind is like a garden. Whatever seeds you plant and nurture will grow, whether they be weeds of doubt or flowers of empowerment. If you choose to plant seeds of belief in your potential, cultivate thoughts that reinforce your ability to succeed, and water them daily with affirmations and positive reinforcement, your subconscious will begin to accept these new beliefs. Over time, the mind's default settings change, reflecting a reality where possibilities expand and limitations dissolve. You will find that as you reprogram your subconscious, your actions and experiences align with this new mindset, manifesting results that once seemed out of reach. This is not a quick process, nor an easy one, but it is one of the most powerful shifts you can make. To rewrite the script of your subconscious is to take control of your destiny in a way that few are ever taught is possible. But why, you may wonder, is it so difficult to access these depths of the mind and make these changes? The answer lies in the mind's inherent resistance to change. The subconscious, designed to keep us safe, often interprets change as a potential threat, preferring the known, even if the known is limiting or painful. This is why habits are so hard to break, and why new beliefs take time to instill. The mind is wired to resist what it doesn't recognize, holding on to familiar patterns with a tenacity that can feel frustrating to those seeking transformation. Yet, this same stubbornness can be redirected to work in your favor. Once a new belief is fully integrated into your subconscious, the mind will cling to it just as strongly as it clung to the old ones. This is where the true power lies, in understanding how to introduce new, empowering beliefs to your subconscious and reinforce them until they become your new reality. Through repetition, visualization, and the conscious reinforcement of desired outcomes, you can train your subconscious to adopt beliefs that align with your highest goals. Each time you consciously affirm a new belief or visualize a desired outcome, you are essentially rewiring your mind, creating new neural pathways that strengthen this new reality. One of the most potent ways to engage the subconscious mind in this transformation is through visualization. When you visualize, you are not merely imagining outcomes. You are communicating with your subconscious in the language it understands best: images and emotions. The subconscious does not distinguish between reality and vividly imagined scenarios. It responds to the emotional charge associated with an experience, whether real or imagined. When you visualize a goal, see it in detail, and feel the emotions associated with achieving it, you are imprinting this vision onto your subconscious. Repeated visualization, especially when infused with genuine emotion, begins to reprogram the subconscious, aligning it with your conscious desires. This practice may feel awkward at first, as the mind resists what it does not recognize, but over time, As the subconscious accepts this new vision as its reality, it will begin to guide your thoughts, behaviors, and actions toward the manifestation of this vision. Visualization, when practiced consistently and with intent, becomes a bridge between the conscious and subconscious, a tool that empowers you to shape your inner world and, in turn, the outer world. Another powerful way to connect with the subconscious is through the practice of affirmations. When used correctly, affirmations are more than just positive statements. They are declarations that bypass the conscious mind and speak directly to the subconscious. To be effective, affirmations must be repeated consistently and phrased in the present tense, as if the desired outcome is already true. Statements like, "I am confident," "I am capable," or "I attract success," communicate to the subconscious that these qualities are part of your identity. Over time, as the subconscious internalizes these affirmations, they become self-fulfilling prophecies, shifting your thoughts, actions, and, ultimately, your experiences. However, it's important to remember that the mind responds best to affirmations that feel genuine, so choose words and phrases that resonate with you personally. Repeating affirmations with conviction while visualizing the feelings associated with them deepens their impact on the subconscious, helping you create a reality that reflects these new beliefs. Affirmations, like visualization, require commitment and patience, but their effects compound over time, gradually transforming your internal narrative and, consequently, your life. As you begin to engage with these deeper levels of the mind, you may encounter resistance, doubts, or fears arising from within. These are normal responses, as the subconscious clings to its familiar territory, even if that territory is limiting. When these feelings arise, see them as signs of growth, not obstacles. Acknowledge them, but do not let them deter you from your path. The more you persist, the more the subconscious will yield, allowing you access to the boundless creativity, confidence, and resourcefulness that lie dormant within. This journey is a process of unfolding, of peeling back the layers to reveal the truth of who you are beneath the conditioning and limitations. The deeper you go, the more you will realize that there are no true limits within the mind, only those imposed by belief. You will find that, as these beliefs shift, so too does your perception of what is possible. Suddenly, the goals that once felt distant seem within reach. The dreams that once seemed unattainable begin to manifest, and the person you always aspired to be emerges naturally from within. This is the essence of understanding the hidden depths of the mind, recognizing that the mind itself is the source of all limitation and all potential. The journey is not about changing who you are, but about removing the layers that obscure your true nature. It's about reclaiming the power that is rightfully yours, the power to shape your reality according to your own vision, free from the constraints of past beliefs and societal expectations. As you journey inward, the external world will begin to reflect the changes taking place within, aligning with the new reality you are creating. This is a path of empowerment, a journey of reclaiming the mind's hidden depths and using them to forge a life that reflects your highest aspirations. The deeper you go, the more you will discover that the mind is not a passive receiver of experience, but an active creator, capable of shaping reality in ways that transcend conventional understanding. By unlocking the mind's hidden depths, you hold the power to transcend limitations and achieve what once seemed impossible. Chapter 3. The power of intentional belief. Belief is the hidden architect of our lives, shaping the framework within which we operate, dream, and act. The invisible scaffolding that holds up our ambitions, decisions, and daily actions is woven together by our core beliefs. These beliefs, deeply ingrained over years and often unexamined, set the boundaries for what we feel capable of achieving. They influence every part of our reality, from the small routines we adopt to the grand visions we dare to hold. To understand the power of intentional belief is to understand that our beliefs are not just passive reflections of the world we perceive. They actively create the world we experience. The foundation of every achievement lies not in resources, luck, or even skill, but in the depth of belief that supports it. A person who believes they are capable of greatness will pursue opportunities, rise from setbacks, and hold a vision even when circumstances seem bleak. Conversely, one who harbors a belief in their own limitations will find ways to confirm those limitations in every situation, often without realizing that the true obstacle lies within. Most of us absorb our beliefs unconsciously, shaped by our families, society, and early life experiences. As children, we are like sponges, absorbing the words, actions, and attitudes of those around us, internalizing them as truths about ourselves and the world. A child who hears affirmations of their potential grows up with an innate sense of confidence, while one who is constantly criticized may adopt a belief in their own inadequacy. These formative beliefs, unless questioned and examined, continue to influence us long after childhood, becoming the lens through which we view every challenge, opportunity, and decision. Yet, just as these beliefs were learned, they can also be unlearned or reshaped. This is the essence of intentional belief. Choosing beliefs that serve our highest potential and discarding those that do not. It requires a willingness to confront deeply held assumptions, to question the truths we have accepted without scrutiny, and to rebuild the foundation upon which we stand. This process is transformative, allowing us to shed the limiting beliefs that have held us back and to adopt empowering beliefs that open up new realms of possibility. Imagine the freedom that comes with believing wholeheartedly in your ability to achieve any goal you set. This belief does not stem from arrogance or blind optimism. It arises from a deep, intentional choice to see yourself as capable, resilient, and worthy. When you consciously adopt a belief in your potential, you begin to act in alignment with that belief. You take risks, step out of comfort zones, and pursue goals with a determination that would be impossible without this inner foundation. Intentional belief turns your mind into a powerful ally, focusing your thoughts, energy, and actions on your desired outcome. You start to see challenges as opportunities to grow, setbacks as temporary, and success as inevitable. This shift in mindset doesn't erase obstacles, but transforms how you approach them. When you truly believe in your ability to achieve something, you become more resourceful, more resilient, and more willing to persist despite difficulty. It's as if the universe itself aligns to support you, not because of any magical force, but because your belief shapes your perception, filtering out distractions and sharpening your focus on the path ahead. But transforming beliefs is not as simple as deciding to think positively or repeating affirmations in the mirror each morning. It requires a profound internal shift, one that often involves confronting uncomfortable truths about ourselves and our past. To change a belief, we must first become aware of it, which is challenging because our beliefs operate largely on a subconscious level. We rarely question them because they feel like facts, like immutable truths about the way things are. To bring these beliefs to the surface, we must become aware of the thoughts that arise in moments of self-doubt, the automatic reactions we have to setbacks, and the assumptions we make about our abilities and worth. This process of self-examination can reveal beliefs that surprise us, beliefs we didn't realize we held, but that have been quietly shaping our lives. These beliefs may have served a purpose once, perhaps as coping mechanisms or protective barriers, but if they are no longer serving us, it's time to let them go. Releasing old beliefs requires courage, as we must confront parts of ourselves that we may have avoided or ignored. But as we do, we create space for new, empowering beliefs to take root. Intentional belief is about consciously choosing the stories we tell ourselves, the narratives that define our identity and guide our actions. For example, instead of holding a belief like, "I am not good with people," you can choose to believe, "I am capable of connecting deeply with others." This shift may feel unnatural at first, as old beliefs often resist change, but with time and persistence, the new belief becomes a natural part of your mindset. It's important to support this belief with actions that reinforce it. Begin by stepping into situations that allow you to practice and reinforce this new belief, whether it's joining a group, speaking up in conversations, or taking a class that builds your social skills. Each action you take in alignment with your chosen belief strengthens it, turning what once felt like a forced narrative into a genuine part of your self-concept. The power of intentional belief lies in its ability to reshape your actions, your interactions, and, ultimately, your outcomes. When you choose to believe in your ability to succeed, you start to see opportunities where others see obstacles, and over time, this mindset leads to tangible, lasting changes in your life. One of the most challenging aspects of changing beliefs is dealing with the inner resistance that often arises. The subconscious mind is conditioned to protect us, to keep us safe within the boundaries it has known. When you attempt to adopt a new belief, especially one that contradicts a deeply held limitation, the subconscious may react with skepticism or fear. This resistance is a natural part of the process. It is the mind's way of testing your commitment to the new belief. Instead of pushing against this resistance, acknowledge it. Understand that it is a signal of growth, a sign that you are stepping into uncharted territory. Allow yourself to feel the discomfort without judgment and remind yourself that it is temporary. Over time, as you continue to reinforce the new belief through thought, action, and repetition, the subconscious will accept it as the new reality. This gradual shift is what makes intentional belief so powerful. It is not about forcing change, but about gently guiding the mind to see a new possibility, one that supports your highest goals and deepest desires. To fully embrace the power of intentional belief, consider integrating practices that reinforce your new mindset. Visualization, for example, is an effective way to communicate with the subconscious, creating mental images of the outcomes you desire. When you visualize yourself achieving a goal, feel the emotions associated with that success, as if it has already happened. This practice imprints the new belief onto your subconscious, making it feel real and attainable. Similarly, gratitude is a powerful reinforcement tool, as it shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, creating a positive mental framework that supports your chosen beliefs. Expressing gratitude for even the smallest steps forward reminds you that progress is happening, that change is unfolding, and that your beliefs are becoming reality. By cultivating a mindset of gratitude, you align your thoughts and emotions with the outcomes you desire, creating a resonance that attracts success and fulfillment into your life. The journey of intentional belief is transformative, not only because it changes your thoughts, but because it reshapes your identity. When you choose to believe in your potential, you begin to see yourself as a person capable of achieving great things. This shift in self-perception influences every part of your life, from your relationships to your career to your health and well-being. You begin to act in alignment with this new self-concept, setting higher standards, pursuing ambitious goals, and surrounding yourself with people who support your growth. Intentional belief doesn't just open doors, it changes the person who walks through them. You become a version of yourself that you may not have believed was possible, a version rooted in strength, confidence, and purpose. This is the power of belief. It is not merely a thought or a feeling. It is a choice that defines your reality and determines the trajectory of your life. In choosing your beliefs with intention, you take control of your life's direction. Instead of being at the mercy of circumstances or the opinions of others, you become the author of your story. This is an act of empowerment, a reclaiming of the power that is inherently yours. With intentional belief, you are no longer bound by the limitations imposed by society or past experiences. You are free to envision the life you desire and to create it from the inside out. This is the essence of true freedom. The knowledge that your beliefs are within your control and that by changing them, you can change your world. Chapter 4. Transforming Fear into Fuel. Fear is one of the most powerful forces we encounter, a primal instinct woven deeply into the human psyche. It can seize control of our minds, shaping our actions and limiting our potential, but few people understand that fear is also an incredible source of energy. When harnessed and channeled, it has the potential to propel us forward, transforming into a kind of fuel that powers growth, courage, and achievement. Too often, we are taught that fear is something to be avoided, suppressed, or ignored. From an early age, we receive messages that fear is a weakness, something to be ashamed of, a sign that we are somehow lacking in courage or strength. But fear, in its purest form, is neither good nor bad. It is simply a signal, an alert that something significant is at stake. It's the mind's way of drawing attention to areas where we have an opportunity for growth. When we avoid or suppress fear, we miss the lessons it offers and deny ourselves the energy that can be drawn from it. Rather than being a barrier to success, fear can be a powerful ally, illuminating the path to our greatest achievements if we're willing to embrace it rather than run from it. Imagine fear as a fire. When left uncontrolled, it can consume us, reducing our ambitions to ashes and leaving behind a sense of regret and missed opportunities. But when we learn to harness and direct this fire, it becomes a source of warmth, light, and strength. It is our approach to fear that makes all the difference. If we allow fear to dominate, to dictate our choices and actions, it will always keep us small, restrained, and confined within the boundaries of what feels safe and familiar. However, when we confront fear head-on, seeing it not as an enemy but as a guide, we gain access to a well of strength and resilience we may not have known existed. This shift in perspective is powerful because it enables us to transform fear from a paralyzing force into one that energizes and motivates us. When we choose to see fear as fuel, we step into a new level of empowerment, capable of facing challenges with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. We begin to view fear-inducing situations not as threats, but as opportunities to grow, to stretch, and to discover new aspects of ourselves. One of the most transformative aspects of learning to use fear as fuel is the realization that fear often points us toward what we most desire. Think about the things that scare you the most: public speaking, pursuing a dream career, standing up for yourself, taking a risk in relationships. These fears typically arise not because we are incapable, but because these pursuits matter deeply to us. The presence of fear is often a sign that something is meaningful, that we are stepping into territory that has the potential to bring significant fulfillment. It is precisely because these pursuits are so important to us that fear manifests as a response. The mind, wired to protect us, senses the potential for failure or disappointment and raises the alarm. However, instead of seeing this as a reason to retreat, we can choose to view it as a compass, pointing us in the direction of our aspirations. By reframing fear in this way, we turn it into an invaluable tool for self-discovery, helping us identify the areas where we need to grow, the challenges we must face, and the dreams that are worth pursuing. This perspective shift enables us to act with courage, not in the absence of fear, but because we recognize fear as an indicator of our deepest desires. Facing fear requires a willingness to step into discomfort, to embrace uncertainty, and to acknowledge vulnerability. This process is not easy. It challenges the parts of ourselves that cling to safety and predictability. Yet, it is within this discomfort that true growth occurs. When we choose to confront fear, we break through the limitations that have held us back, allowing ourselves to evolve and expand. Each time we face a fear, we build a new level of confidence, reinforcing the belief that we are capable of handling life's challenges. This process of confronting fear transforms our relationship with ourselves, shifting from a mindset of avoidance to one of resilience. We become stronger, more adaptable, and more courageous. The act of facing fear, rather than shrinking from it, rewires the mind, training it to associate fear with opportunity rather than threat. Over time, this approach creates a feedback loop, where each encounter with fear serves to strengthen our resolve, fueling us with the knowledge that we can overcome obstacles and achieve our goals. In practical terms, transforming fear into fuel involves breaking down fear-inducing situations into manageable steps. Often, fear overwhelms us because we see the full scope of a challenge rather than the individual steps required to navigate it. By focusing on small, actionable steps, we reduce fear's intensity and create a pathway forward. For example, if public speaking terrifies you, start by speaking up in small group settings, then gradually increase the size of your audience. Each step, however small, builds confidence and lessens fear's grip. This approach, known as exposure therapy in psychology, is a proven method for desensitizing ourselves to fear. By gradually exposing ourselves to what scares us, we retrain the brain to interpret these situations as safe, reducing the fear response over time. This process is not about eliminating fear entirely. It's about learning to coexist with fear, to move forward despite its presence, and to use it as a motivator rather than a barrier. Each small victory reinforces the belief that we are capable, that fear does not have to control us, and that we can harness its energy to propel us forward. Another powerful technique for transforming fear into fuel is visualization. The mind does not distinguish between real and imagined experiences, which is why visualization can be such a potent tool for reshaping our relationship with fear. By vividly imagining ourselves successfully navigating a fear-inducing situation, we prime the brain to handle it more effectively in reality. Visualization helps to desensitize us to fear, allowing us to approach challenges with a calm and focused mindset. When we visualize ourselves acting with confidence, courage, and competence, we create a mental blueprint for success, one that the subconscious mind begins to accept as possible. Over time, this practice helps to reframe fear, replacing mental images of failure or embarrassment with images of achievement and resilience. Visualization, when combined with consistent action, creates a powerful synergy that enables us to face fears with greater ease, turning once daunting obstacles into milestones on our path to personal growth. Mindfulness is another essential component in transforming fear. Often, fear becomes overwhelming because we either dwell on past failures or project into future possibilities, creating scenarios in our minds that amplify our anxiety. Mindfulness, the practice of bringing attention to the present moment, helps to ground us, reducing the mental noise that fear generates. By focusing on the here and now, we can observe fear without becoming consumed by it. We learn to see fear as a passing emotion, not an all-encompassing truth. Mindfulness teaches us to sit with fear, to acknowledge it without judgment, and to let it move through us rather than allowing it to dictate our actions. This practice shifts our relationship with fear, allowing us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. When we learn to observe fear mindfully, we strip it of its power to control us, seeing it instead as a natural part of the human experience. This perspective enables us to accept fear without allowing it to hold us back, empowering us to act from a place of calm and clarity. Ultimately, transforming fear into fuel requires a commitment to growth and an unwavering belief in our potential. It demands that we challenge ourselves, step out of our comfort zones, and redefine our understanding of what we are capable of. This journey is one of courage, resilience, and empowerment. It is about learning to see fear not as an obstacle, but as an invitation to step into a higher version of ourselves. Each time we face a fear, we expand our comfort zone, stretch our limits, and reinforce the belief that we are capable of handling whatever comes our way. This process of continuous growth creates a life that is rich with possibility, one where fear becomes a guiding force rather than a limiting one. By choosing to transform fear into fuel, we take control of our lives, shaping our reality with intention and purpose. Fear becomes not a barrier to our success, but a catalyst for our evolution, an energy that drives us forward on the path to our dreams. This approach to fear transforms not only our perception of challenges, but also our perception of ourselves, revealing strengths we may not have known we possessed and empowering us to pursue a life without limits. Chapter 5. Visualizing and Manifesting with Precision. Visualization is the bridge between the mind and the reality we want to create, a tool that allows us to shape our lives intentionally rather than passively. It's an ancient practice, often misunderstood as mere daydreaming, yet its power lies in the detail, clarity, and emotion it brings to the mind's eye. When we visualize a goal with precision, we are not merely imagining a future. We are informing our subconscious mind of the specific reality we seek, making it familiar, attainable, and, most importantly, inevitable. The subconscious mind doesn't differentiate between real experience and vividly imagined scenarios. It interprets visualization as reality, shaping our thoughts, actions, and even our physiology to align with the images we hold in our minds. This process of precise visualization is not a passive one. It requires consistency, focus, and emotional investment. The images we create must be so clear, so rich in detail, that they begin to feel as real as anything we have already achieved. In this way, visualization becomes a rehearsal for reality, a mental blueprint that the mind and body can follow as they work to make it manifest. The first step in effective visualization is clarity. Too often, we envision vague desires. I want to be successful. I want to be happy. I want a better life. But these undefined goals lack the specificity needed for the subconscious mind to take action. Instead, visualization demands that we define our goals down to the most precise detail, to the point where we can see, hear, feel, and even smell the outcome. If your goal is a career achievement, imagine the exact setting in which you achieve it. What does the room look like? Who is there? What are you wearing? How does it feel to reach this goal? Engage all your senses and let yourself become fully immersed in this vision. The more specific you are, the more the subconscious mind can accept this vision as reality, and the more your actions will align with it in waking life. This is not just a matter of creating a pleasant daydream. It is about preparing your mind and body to handle the situations you seek as though they are already happening. When the subconscious mind receives these signals, it shifts your habits, thoughts, and behaviors to match the reality you have envisioned. Emotion is the fuel of visualization. Without it, the images we create remain lifeless, lacking the depth that gives them weight and influence over our subconscious. The mind responds to emotional charge, the intense feelings associated with achieving or experiencing something deeply desired. When you visualize, immerse yourself in the emotions of your success. If it's a career milestone, feel the pride, the sense of accomplishment, the relief of hard work paying off. If it's a personal goal, let yourself feel the joy, excitement, and peace associated with it. These emotions are crucial because they activate the brain's reward centers, reinforcing the belief that this outcome is possible and desirable. When you feel these emotions as you visualize, your body responds as though the experience is real. This connection between emotion and imagination rewires the brain, creating neural pathways that treat the envisioned outcome as an achievable goal. In this way, the brain begins to seek out situations and opportunities that align with this vision, drawing you closer to your desired reality through actions and decisions that feel almost intuitive. Emotion, when combined with visualization, transforms mere images into a lived experience, preparing your mind and body to achieve the goal as naturally as breathing. Consistency is another cornerstone of effective visualization. One powerful session of visualization may inspire you, but it is the repeated practice, the daily reinforcement of your vision, that ingrains it into the subconscious mind. Think of visualization as planting a seed. A single watering may not be enough for it to take root, but with regular attention, it grows strong and resilient. The same principle applies here. Each time you visualize, you are strengthening the neural pathways associated with your goal, making them more robust and accessible. Over time, this daily practice builds a strong mental framework that supports your vision, making it a part of your identity. Visualization is not just a one-time activity. It is a habit, a discipline that requires commitment. Just as athletes train their bodies, you are training your mind to see and believe in the reality you wish to create. Consistency cements your vision into your subconscious, where it works quietly but powerfully, influencing every thought, decision, and action in your day-to-day life. With each session, you are telling your subconscious, "This is my reality," and in time, your actions and choices will reflect this truth. Precision is essential, but it's equally important to visualize the journey as well as the destination. Many people make the mistake of focusing solely on the end result, imagining only the moment of triumph without considering the process that leads to it. To manifest with precision, you must visualize the steps, the challenges, and even the setbacks that may arise along the way. Picture yourself handling obstacles with confidence, adjusting to changes with resilience, and staying committed to your goal despite difficulties. When you visualize the journey, you prepare yourself for the real-world process of achieving your goal. This practice allows you to build mental resilience, to anticipate challenges, and to stay grounded when faced with adversity. By visualizing the process, you're not only preparing for success, you're equipping yourself to handle the ups and downs, the unexpected turns, and the persistence required to achieve it. This approach makes visualization more than a fantasy exercise. It becomes a mental training ground where you practice perseverance, adaptability, and grit, qualities that are just as essential as the vision itself. Manifesting with precision also requires an understanding of alignment. Visualization, as powerful as it is, must be accompanied by actions that reflect the vision. This is where many people falter, thinking that imagining a goal is enough without taking the practical steps to make it happen. True manifestation is a dance between the mind and the physical world, a balance of internal focus and external effort. As you visualize, pay attention to the actions that align with your vision. If you envision yourself as a confident speaker, for example, begin by taking small steps to practice speaking in front of others, even if it's just in a small group or a friendly setting. Every action, no matter how small, that aligns with your vision reinforces it, telling your subconscious that this reality is not just possible, but already unfolding. Manifestation is not about waiting for things to happen. It's about actively participating in the process, taking consistent, intentional steps toward the vision you hold. Each step you take, each choice that reflects your goal, strengthens your alignment with it, making the path clearer and the destination nearer. Trust is the final and perhaps the most elusive element in the process of visualization and manifestation. Once you have created a detailed, emotionally charged vision and aligned your actions with it, you must let go and trust in the process. Trust that your efforts are enough, that the universe is conspiring in your favor, and that the timing will unfold as it should. Many people struggle with this aspect, becoming anxious or doubtful when they don't see immediate results. But trust is a powerful force that keeps you grounded and focused, even when the outcomes aren't visible yet. Trust allows you to stay the course, to continue visualizing, acting, and believing, even when evidence of progress is not immediately apparent. This faith in the process is essential, because doubt can unravel all the mental and emotional work you've done. Trust reminds you that the path to manifestation is not always linear, that sometimes what looks like a setback is actually setting the stage for something greater. By trusting the process, you release the need to control every detail, allowing space for growth, unexpected opportunities, and alignment beyond what you can consciously plan. This process of visualization and manifestation is not a magical solution, nor is it a quick fix. It requires patience, discipline, and a willingness to engage fully with your mind, emotions, and actions. But when practiced with commitment and clarity, it becomes a transformative tool, a way of shaping reality with intention and precision. As you visualize daily, Immerse yourself in the details, feel the emotions deeply, and take actions that reflect your vision. You are essentially creating a new world from the inside out. This practice not only changes your perception, but rewires your brain, aligns your habits, and attracts the people, resources, and opportunities that support your journey. With visualization, you are not just hoping for a better future, you are actively building it, one thought, one image, one action at a time. It is the fusion of inner clarity and outer action, a process that empowers you to manifest your highest potential and to live a life that reflects your truest aspirations. Chapter 6. Aligning action with purpose. Purpose is the invisible thread that gives meaning to our actions, shaping our choices and guiding our steps, even when we aren't fully aware of it. Purpose is not merely a goal or an ambition, it's a deep-seated sense of direction, an inner compass that aligns us with what truly matters to us on a soul level. When we operate without a clear sense of purpose, our actions can feel disjointed, random, or even meaningless, like floating in an ocean without a map. However, when we align our actions with a clearly defined purpose, every choice, every effort, and every challenge takes on a sense of intentionality that fuels us with resilience and motivation. Purpose acts as both a destination and a source of energy, propelling us forward with a sense of fulfillment that can't be found in superficial pursuits. Aligning our actions with purpose means grounding every decision in a foundation of deeper meaning, ensuring that our lives are a reflection of our values, dreams, and highest aspirations. In a world that constantly pulls us in multiple directions, discovering and committing to our purpose can feel daunting. We are surrounded by societal expectations, family influences, and the distractions of modern life, which often obscure our true purpose. For many, purpose becomes entangled in the desire for success, approval, or external validation, but genuine purpose goes far beyond these superficial markers. To find purpose, we must first look inward, peeling back the layers of conditioning and societal expectations to uncover what resonates deeply within us. This process of discovery isn't about achieving something. It's about reconnecting with our authentic selves, identifying the things that make us feel alive, fulfilled, and aligned. Purpose may reveal itself in small, subtle ways: a sense of joy when helping others, a passion for creating, or a calling towards something that challenges the mind and spirit. As we tune into these cues, we begin to identify the values, passions, and causes that matter most to us, forming the bedrock of our purpose. Only when we have this clarity can we begin to align our actions with it, transforming ordinary life into a meaningful journey. Once we have clarity on our purpose, the next step is to create a life that reflects it. This involves making decisions that support and reinforce our purpose, often requiring us to let go of things that don't serve it. Aligning with purpose demands a willingness to release distractions, toxic relationships, and activities that drain our energy without adding value to our journey. It requires us to look at our lives honestly, assessing whether our current habits, commitments, and routines are truly in line with our highest calling. This isn't always an easy task. The act of letting go can be uncomfortable, especially when it involves things we have grown attached to or have invested time in. Yet, purpose demands clarity, a focused commitment to living authentically. When we release what does not serve our purpose, we create space for actions and experiences that do, for opportunities that bring us closer to our dreams, and for relationships that nurture our growth. This alignment with purpose becomes a filter through which we can evaluate every choice, making each decision with a sense of direction and clarity that fuels us with enthusiasm and dedication. Taking aligned action means understanding that purpose is not a destination to reach someday, but a guiding force present in every moment. It's about integrating purpose into every aspect of our lives, from our careers to our relationships to our personal habits. Purpose doesn't mean only pursuing grand achievements. It's about infusing even the smallest actions with intention. When we approach our day-to-day lives with purpose, everything becomes meaningful. Each conversation becomes an opportunity to connect. Each task becomes a chance to make a difference, and each challenge becomes a way to grow. Aligned action is not limited to monumental tasks. It is found in the quiet dedication of daily effort, in the ways we choose to show up in the world. Every moment becomes a choice to live in harmony with our purpose, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. When we view life through this lens, we realize that every action has the potential to move us closer to a life that feels authentic, fulfilling, and deeply satisfying. One of the greatest benefits of aligning action with purpose is the increase in resilience it brings. Purpose acts as a stabilizing force, grounding us even in the midst of challenges, setbacks, and uncertainty. When we know our purpose, obstacles become stepping stones, temporary difficulties that do not shake our resolve but strengthen it. Without purpose, challenges can feel overwhelming, draining our energy and leaving us questioning our path. But with purpose, we approach setbacks with a mindset of growth, seeing each hurdle as a lesson, each failure as an opportunity for deeper understanding. This resilience is not born out of stubbornness, but from a profound sense of commitment to something bigger than ourselves. When our actions are aligned with purpose, we are motivated by an internal drive that doesn't rely on external circumstances. Purpose transforms adversity into a teacher, revealing new strengths, insights, and capacities within us that we may not have known existed. Through this resilience, purpose becomes a source of empowerment, reminding us that we are capable of overcoming any challenge in pursuit of a life that reflects our true calling. To align action with purpose also means cultivating habits that support our goals. Purposeful living requires consistent effort, and habits are the building blocks of that consistency. When we create habits that reflect our purpose, we set up a structure that supports our vision and keeps us focused on what matters most. For example, if your purpose involves helping others, developing habits of compassion, active listening, and patience can make a profound difference in how you impact those around you. If your purpose involves creativity, set aside time each day to engage in creative activities, allowing this habit to deepen your connection to your inner vision. Purposeful habits are not just tasks on a to-do list, they are practices that align us with our highest self, shaping us into the person we need to become to fulfill our purpose. Over time, these habits strengthen our commitment, creating a momentum that propels us forward, even on days when motivation may wane. Through disciplined, purposeful habits, we build a life that is in harmony with our values and aspirations, making purpose a lived experience rather than a distant ideal. Living in alignment with purpose often means revisiting and refining our goals. As we grow, our understanding of purpose may evolve, leading us to new aspirations, insights, and directions. Aligning action with purpose is not a one-time decision, but an ongoing journey that requires us to stay attuned to our inner voice and willing to adjust our course as needed. Purpose is a dynamic force, responsive to our growth and shifting circumstances. Staying aligned with it means remaining open, flexible, and adaptable. It means regularly evaluating whether our actions still reflect our values, whether our goals still inspire us, and whether our path still feels true to our vision. This process of reflection keeps us from becoming complacent or stuck, allowing us to grow in ways that continually honor our purpose. Purposeful alignment, then, is not about rigid adherence to a plan, but about living with conscious awareness, making choices that honor our evolving understanding of what it means to live a meaningful life. This approach fosters a deep sense of inner peace, knowing that we are walking a path that truly reflects who we are and what we stand for. At its core, aligning action with purpose is an act of self-respect. It's a recognition that our time, energy, and talents are valuable, and that we owe it to ourselves to use them in ways that honor our unique gifts and passions. When we live in alignment with purpose, we affirm our worth, acknowledging that we are here for a reason and that we deserve to live a life that resonates with our true essence. This alignment requires us to set boundaries, to protect our time and energy from distractions that do not serve us, and to prioritize what truly matters. It requires us to say no to what is not aligned and yes to opportunities that support our growth and fulfillment. Living with purpose is an act of self-love, a commitment to honoring our journey by choosing a path that feels authentic, inspiring, and right for us. In doing so, we create a life that is not only successful by external standards, but deeply satisfying on a personal level. A life that brings joy, meaning, and fulfillment beyond what superficial achievements can offer. Aligning action with purpose is the ultimate expression of freedom, for it allows us to live in harmony with ourselves rather than conforming to external pressures or expectations. It liberates us from the need for approval, freeing us to make choices based on what feels true rather than what looks good to others. This alignment brings a sense of coherence to our lives, a unifying thread that weaves together our dreams, actions, and aspirations into a cohesive whole. Each day, each choice, each step becomes an affirmation of our commitment to live authentically, to pursue goals that resonate with our deepest values, and to shape a reality that reflects our highest aspirations. This alignment is a journey, a path of continuous growth and self-discovery that empowers us to live with purpose, passion, and integrity. When we align our actions with purpose, we step into our power, creating a life that is not only successful, but profoundly fulfilling, a life that reflects the best of who we are and what we are here to give to the world. Chapter 7. Beyond the Finish Line, Embracing Infinite Growth. When we think about achievement, our minds naturally envision a finish line, a final goal reached, or a tangible outcome that we can celebrate and claim as a marker of success. This perspective is deeply ingrained. From a young age, we are taught to chase definitive milestones, a graduation, a promotion, a certain income level, as if these moments hold the key to fulfillment. But the truth is, life itself is not a series of destinations, but an unending journey of growth, transformation, and expansion. When we reach one goal, there is always another one ahead, a new challenge, a higher level, an unexplored aspect of our potential waiting to be discovered. This is the essence of infinite growth, the understanding that our true purpose is not to achieve a single state of success, but to continually evolve, to push beyond what we thought possible, and to embrace each phase as part of a larger, never-ending journey. Infinite growth requires a shift in perspective, moving from a fixed mindset focused on end results to a growth mindset that finds fulfillment in the process itself, in the act of learning, expanding, and striving toward becoming the fullest expression of who we are meant to be. Imagine reaching a long-sought goal, a dream you've pursued with dedication and sacrifice. The moment of success brings joy, satisfaction, and pride. But over time, that feeling fades, replaced by a quiet sense of what's next. This is not a sign of dissatisfaction. It's a call from your higher self, a reminder that growth is a continuous process, and that each accomplishment is merely a stepping stone toward greater potential. When we view life from the lens of infinite growth, we realize that achievement is not the culmination of our journey, but a beginning. Each goal we reach opens new doors, new insights, and new possibilities we may not have previously considered. Infinite growth invites us to see each success not as an endpoint, but as an invitation to explore further, to ask deeper questions, and to pursue greater mastery. Rather than resting on the laurels of past achievements, we find ourselves drawn to explore new paths, to cultivate new skills, and to contribute in ways that expand our capacity for impact and fulfillment. This is the beauty of infinite growth. It transforms every success into an opportunity for further evolution, making life a dynamic and ever-expanding journey. Embracing infinite growth means letting go of the desire for comfort and certainty, welcoming instead a life of constant exploration and self-discovery. The human tendency is to seek stability, to reach a point where we feel secure, accomplished, and settled. Yet, in this search for stability, we often limit ourselves, confining our potential to the boundaries of what we already know and understand. Infinite growth challenges us to move beyond these self-imposed limitations, to venture into unknown territories with the trust that each new experience will bring growth, insight, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world. This approach requires courage, as it often means leaving behind familiar successes to pursue uncharted aspirations. Infinite growth is not for those who seek a life of ease. It is for those willing to continually reinvent themselves, to transform their failures into wisdom, and to rise to new levels of strength and resilience. With each challenge, we expand our capacity for growth, learning to adapt, innovate, and transcend previous limitations. In this journey, comfort becomes secondary to curiosity, and certainty is replaced by the excitement of what lies beyond the next horizon. In the pursuit of infinite growth, failure takes on a new meaning. Rather than seeing failure as a setback or an indication of inadequacy, we come to view it as an integral part of our evolution. Each failure reveals areas where we can improve, adapt, and refine our approach. It becomes a teacher, guiding us toward greater understanding and mastery. When we embrace failure as a natural part of growth, we remove the fear associated with it, freeing ourselves to take bolder actions, to innovate without hesitation, and to stretch beyond what we thought possible. In the landscape of infinite growth, failure is not a barrier, but a bridge to deeper knowledge and resilience. Each time we stumble, we gain insights that equip us for the next phase of our journey. We develop the tenacity to keep moving forward, knowing that every misstep is a valuable lesson that brings us closer to our goals. In this way, failure becomes a powerful ally, a catalyst for growth that reminds us of our strength, adaptability, and capacity to overcome. One of the most profound aspects of embracing infinite growth is the understanding that success is not solely for personal fulfillment, but also for the enrichment of others. As we grow, our capacity to give, to support and to inspire others expands. True success, in the context of infinite growth, involves lifting others as we rise, sharing our insights, resources, and experiences to help those around us achieve their own potential. This cycle of growth and contribution creates a ripple effect, extending the impact of our achievements far beyond ourselves. Infinite growth becomes a legacy, a way of leaving behind a positive influence that empowers others to pursue their own paths of growth. As we continue to expand, we become sources of inspiration, guiding lights that encourage others to reach beyond their limitations. Our personal journey of growth becomes intertwined with the collective, transforming success from a solitary pursuit into a shared experience that uplifts and enriches the lives of many. In this way, infinite growth fosters a sense of connection and community, reminding us that our achievements are not isolated events, but part of a larger tapestry of human progress. Living a life of infinite growth also requires us to cultivate a deep sense of gratitude and presence. In the pursuit of endless improvement, it's easy to become fixated on the future, always reaching for what's next, without appreciating what we have achieved in the present. Infinite growth teaches us to balance ambition with gratitude, to recognize and celebrate the progress we've made while remaining open to further evolution. Gratitude grounds us, reminding us of the richness of each moment, the value of each step, and the lessons inherent in each phase of our journey. By embracing gratitude, we stay connected to the joy of growth, seeing each phase not as a means to an end, but as a beautiful part of a never-ending story. This mindset allows us to live fully in the present, appreciating each experience while eagerly anticipating the opportunities for growth that lie ahead. Gratitude transforms our journey from a relentless pursuit into a harmonious dance between ambition and contentment, allowing us to find fulfillment at every stage of our evolution. To fully embrace infinite growth, we must also cultivate self-compassion, for this journey is not without challenges. Growth can be demanding, often requiring us to face uncomfortable truths, confront our limitations, and let go of familiar patterns. Self-compassion allows us to navigate these difficulties with kindness, recognizing that the path of infinite growth is a long one, filled with highs and lows. Rather than criticizing ourselves for setbacks or unmet expectations, self-compassion reminds us to treat ourselves with understanding, patience, and forgiveness. This gentle approach creates a foundation of inner strength, enabling us to persevere through challenges without the burden of self-judgment. Self-compassion becomes a form of resilience, a nurturing force that sustains us as we push the boundaries of our potential. By honoring ourselves in this way, we cultivate a mindset that sees growth not as a race, but as a lifelong journey, one that unfolds at its own pace, in its own time. This practice of self-compassion allows us to celebrate progress while embracing imperfection, empowering us to keep moving forward with a heart open to every experience that growth brings. Infinite growth ultimately transforms our perception of who we are and what we are capable of achieving. It reveals that we are not defined by a single success or failure, but by our willingness to continue evolving, to expand our vision, and to pursue our purpose with unwavering commitment. Through infinite growth, we discover a depth of potential that goes far beyond what we initially imagined, a potential that renews itself with each step, each choice, and each new chapter. This journey of continuous evolution reminds us that we are not static beings, but ever-changing, ever-growing expressions of life's boundless possibilities. With each phase of growth, we redefine what success means, finding that true fulfillment lies not in reaching a final destination, but in the joy of becoming, of unfolding, and of exploring the limitless capacity within us. This understanding frees us from the confines of traditional success, opening us to a world where every moment, every challenge, and every victory is part of an endless journey of self-discovery. As we embrace the philosophy of infinite growth, we step into a life of purpose, passion, and possibility, knowing that the finish line is only an illusion, a temporary milestone in an infinite journey. We recognize that life's true beauty lies not in what we achieve, but in who we become along the way. Each goal we reach becomes a launching point for the next, each lesson learned a stepping stone to deeper wisdom, and each act of courage a testament to our unbreakable spirit. Infinite growth transforms life from a series of endings into an ever-expanding canvas of opportunity, a landscape rich with potential, meaning, and the promise of what lies just beyond our current horizon. With each step forward, we are reminded that there are no limits to what we can achieve, only the ever-present invitation to grow, evolve, and embrace the endless possibilities of who we are capable of becoming.